Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. So today I want to use an inlayer, and I have here the thick Druzy inlayer from MoldsandShapes, and I want to paint the edge because the edge has also the Druzy effect in a gold. So I have this metal gold, it's a royal gold from Petra Jungblut, and I have this makeup sponge, and you see I'm just painting the edge till I'm around with the gold. So it's difficult to catch up really clearly the gold because I have this foil underneath and my camera didn't focus, but there you see. And I want to use also some Chameleon pigments, and I have here the pressed Chameleon pigment from Petra Jungblut, and I'm doing exactly the same thing, but now brushing my pigment on top of the Druzy inlayer. And look at this awesome color. You cannot see too much now, but I can tell you it's very awesome, and it's a color shift changing from red, green and purple, and I really like it a lot. It's very beautiful. So this is what I'm doing now, and then I show you the result once my Druzy inlayer is painted or brushed. And look at this. I also added a little bit gold on top of the Druzy inlayer, just a hint. And I thought it might give it a little bit a nicer effect as well. So we will see. Anyway, I want to create a tablet or a tray. And I'm placing my Druzy inlayer into my mold. I have here the XL round tray mold from MoldsandShapes, and I'm placing this inlayer now into the center. And you see, you really need to press it into your mold that you don't have any leakage of resin. I had a little bit of leakage, but well, anyway, you see later. So I'm still cleaning my mold a little bit because there are always particles, and I'm mixing here my colors, and I'm starting with the chalk white from Petra Jungblut, and it's a matte powder, you see it. And when you use matte powder, please use a little bit of isopropanol alcohol. You just saw me spraying this into my cup, so you get a nice paste and you don't have any lumps and crumbs in your resin. So, and then you put some resin on top, and then you can mix it. So this is what I'm doing, and I got this tip actually years ago from Petra Jungblut, and it's really working. I also use this when I'm mixing like neon colors. I'm doing exactly the same thing. So this is done. Then I'm taking care for my next color, and it's gonna be the Aura Violet. It's also an interference color from Petra Jungblut. It's a white, but it has this violet sheen to it. You see it there. I love to use those Aura colors or those interference colors. They mainly give, also when you pour flowers, 3D blooms, a nice sheen. Next color is going to be the Aura Blue. So you see, I'm not really using bright colors this time. I want to have my tray a little bit in a natural tone, but you will see it later. So this is the blue tone. I also need to mix it very, very well. When you have mica powders, just see that you are stirring. Otherwise, you really have those little specks on the bottom of your resin piece, and it's not nice. And the next color is the metal gold, which I used the Beyond. I cannot say this, Petra. Gold, it's the Royal Gold, and I'm also mixing this. And when my colors are completely mixed, I can start pouring. I don't know if I mentioned, I'm using for this pour the Ultracast Resin, a medium viscosity resin. And I'm just curious what effect I can achieve. So here's my resin, and I'm starting with the clear resin. I'm pouring it on top of my Druzy inlayer. You see it there. And then I'm altering my colors in a puddle pour. So I have my white here. And I'm very curious what effects this white can do. Then I have the Aura Violet. I'm using the gold. And then I'm using my clear resin. And it's already looking, yeah, interesting what the resin is doing. So I'm also using my white again. Now I'm using the Aura Blue. Then again the gold. And then I'm using my clear resin again. So I'm altering this in the same way all the time, and somehow from the pouring side at that moment I think it looks a little bit like a flower. I don't know, it looks like they're around some petals, and later on you see a little bit of a lacing effect, and it's interesting to see while you are pouring what's gonna happen. So yeah, I just keep doing this, keep doing what I'm doing, and I'm so curious if it's gonna be a fail or if it's gonna look, yeah, how I want it to look and come out. So it's gonna be very interesting. But don't you think it looks at the moment really like a flower? And I think, you know, it makes this pattern because of the Druzy inlayer somehow. And the Druzy inlayer is also quite thick, so I really needed to pour my mold up to the rim, so that I really could cover the whole Druzy inlayer. While pouring, I was also thinking, oh God, I now used so much resin. I think in this whole piece is, yeah, at least 900 grams of resin in there. And you think, oh my God, hopefully it works. Hopefully it works, but with resin, you never know what you're gonna get. So yeah, I was just praying, hoping, and keep on doing. And there you see that I still needed to mix a little bit of my white, because my white was not enough. So I mixed a little bit more. You saw me using the alcohol again, and then pouring my resin into the cup and then starting pouring again. So there's my white, there's my interference violet, yes, there's again some of the gold, and slowly all the colors are gone, all the resin is gone. But do you see, if you look carefully, that it made a little bit of a lacing effect? It will be gone later on, but you know, while pouring it was really interesting. But I keep on repeating myself. Anyway, so I'm almost done, but I wanted to let you see the whole process, what I was doing. And yeah, it was for me also interesting to see or to pour with such a white color, with a matte natural white powder, and to see what is this gonna do in resin. So, and now I'm finished, and I can let my resin just sit and cure and do whatever it needs to do. And then I'm very curious for the demolding. So, and this is the next day, and it's really cured. You see it. It's not bendy anymore, and I kind of mold. I'm so curious. I changed rooms, so I'm in my messy room again for the demolding. And let's have a look. And look at this. I think it looks like stone, a little bit like a marble stone. I really like it. And now I'm very curious how it looks with the Druzy inlayer. If it's going to be a nice tray, or yeah, you never know. And yeah, I need to get my dotting tool just to help getting my Druzy inlayer out. I had a little bit of an overfill. You just saw it, that I was fiddling up a little bit of resin. But yeah, just let me take the inlayer off, and it's very beautiful. Look at this. I'm very happy, and this the inlayer, and look at the effect. I think it really looks like a stone with the Druzy inside, and yeah, I'm very happy. I will show you in a second a little bit more. If you're wondering, my mold already gets a little bit matte because I have this mold already for 3 years and I've used it many times. But look at the effects. They're very delicate, and it's really like a stone, like a marble stone, and inside the Druzy. Really like it. So what I still need to do is making a top layer. But before, I want to show you all these little delicate effects. They're not bright, they are not yeah, something spectacular, you know, like some other techniques, but I think they look quite natural, especially against the Druzy effect inside. And this is what I like. It gives it a very good contrast to each other. So, and now I'm just doing the top layer, and I have the Sparkle Bronze from Petra Jungblut, and it's a very fine glitter sparkle, and I only used ever slightly so much in my resin. For the top layer, I'm using here the Ultracast Resin, a thick resin, and you see, using the sparkle, it gives it also more depth. So there is this slightly hint of color in there, but later on you see also the sparkle itself, and you see how I'm top coating it. The back of my tray, I just used PVD glue, and I just let it dry. So this is the easiest solution, I think, when you do this top layer for your bottom, that your resin is not sneaking underneath and you have those drops which you can't get rid of, and then you have to grind them. So I think it's better than latex, but yeah, it's up to everyone else, you know, to everyone who they prefer to have it. Anyway, just the heat gun a little bit. And what I need to admit, you see it now in the end result, there are little hints where the resin didn't come in, even though I tried my best, but it pulled back. I will give it another top layer so it's sorted. But anyway, look at the sparkle of this tray, the natural effect and the Druzy effect inside. I really love it. And this will stay with me. This won't go anywhere. Anyway, with this, I love and leave you. I thank you for watching. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.